Kobe, and then
Hey, test 1 2, test 1 2. We are waiting for Coach Sheridan. Here he comes.
Okay, guys, we'll get started with Coach Sheridan here.
How's it going? How's it going, Coach Sheridan? How's everybody doing?
Good.
How are you?
Good. Doing good.
You want to do an opening first?
You want to open or you just want to fire away?
Fire away, guys.
Go ahead, guys. Just ask questions.
Well,
Coach, what have you seen out of the three freshman offensive linemen, Weeb Sanders, Casey Poe, and Joe Ainada in the first couple days?
I think they're getting better every day. You talk about being a young player, especially at the line of scrimmage. There's a lot to learn mentally, physically. Great kids, hardworking. Coach Cap's pouring into them, so they get better and better each and every day.
how are you guys handling that center position too? Is it like what have you seen from that too?
Competition. That's how we're handling it. Yeah. So we're promoting competition. We challenge the group, all positions, to seek competition this week. And I think those two guys, Parker and Brock, have really done a nice job. They're two good players. They're battling. But our center position has played well to this point. And we need to. They got to be strong in the middle. So those guys have done a nice job. And, for Brock to learn a new system, I'm really proud of him, of how hard he's worked. And obviously Parker has experience playing in the scheme and some of the communication, but there's some changes too. So both those guys are great, hardworking, competitive. We're really happy with those two kids.
Coach, what do you continue to see out of Caleb Odom now that he's with the wide receivers after you've had some time to evaluate him?
Yeah, talented player, no doubt about it. Coach Shep, is pouring into him, and he's getting better and better each and every day. I think, when you have a young skill player, the stamina, the endurance, the volume of running in practice, the effort. And the thing that I would say about Caleb is he's a sponge. He soaks it all in. And so we're pleased with where he's at. He's got work to do. There's no doubt. He's a young player. But we're glad he's on our team.
Is installation going well for the quarterbacks? And when it does that facilitate better installation for everybody else, or is it still totally individual?
No, I think you're always monitoring the level of execution with really, the two groups that you're always paying very close attention to is the offensive line and the quarterbacks. Making sure that they're understanding the scheme, the communication systems, techniques, fundamentals, and that's, when those two positions know exactly what they're doing, I think the other positions can play fast and confident as well. So, we need 11 guys to execute at a high level each and every snap. There's no one position that not on offense. You can't have 10 guys doing the right thing and one not. And so, we poured a lot on them. We're asking them to absorb a lot of information, but we know over time, that'll pay off for us.
You've got a lot of numbers at the quarterback position. How's that battle for the number two sort of sorting out so far?
They're competing. Yeah, I think that's a really talented group and great kids. And I'm excited about the group. I think there's some young players that are very talented, and they're getting better as well. For all those guys, even Austin, who is familiar with the system, he's 17 years old. This is his first spring practice, and so all those guys, Austin, Dylan, Ty, Jalen, each guy is improving. I thought we took a stride today. We've had some ups and downs, certainly as you would expect, installing a new scheme, a new offense. But those kids are great. I feel lucky to be their coach.
What are some of the hurdles that you guys have faced in installing the scheme?
We don't really look at it. We don't really look at it as hurdles. We just kind of try to attack it and get better. We don't really evaluate it as we're behind, ahead. We're just where we're at, and we're trying to be better tomorrow than we were today. And so, we have a way that we install the offense. I think you adapt that with your group each and every year, who you have, right? The skill set of the players. But there's, we don't look at it as hurdles. We just look at it as identifying areas where we need to improve on and trying to attack those and get better each and every day, and then build on the things we did well. I think that's what we always try to do as a staff.
With the return, you mentioned the competition. How is it looking at the offensive tackle spots?
They're right in the thick of it. So those kids are young, talented, hungry, well coached. I think Cap's doing a phenomenal job. He's an excellent offensive line. He's an expert offensive line coach. And we're lucky that he's our offensive line coach, and he's pouring into those kids, and those kids have responded. And I see improvement each and every day. Physicality, toughness, effort. I think we all recognize the importance of the offensive line in this league. And, we're not where we need to be, but those kids are improving, and Cap's doing a great job, and those kids are working their tail off each and every day.
With the returning veterans in there,
This year, does that go for Coach Moore? Does he have,
Can you say that one more time?
when you have a helmet communication this year, does Coach DeBoer hear what you're saying, or does that go through him?
Probably should ask him. I'm imagining he hears what we say on the
Yeah, I
headset.
just don't know if you had how many.
Yeah. We're right in the middle of working through that communication, but everyone should hear what's being communicated to the quarterback. The only extension of the communication is that now the quarterback receives it. So the communication on the headset, everybody will be able to receive that. Yes, sir.
You reference Austin's age. How have you sort of seen him grow from year 1 to year 2?
Well, he's still in year 1.
Yeah.
He showed up in the summer. Like I said, this is his first spring practice. And so I see him getting better by the minute. And great kid, great family, like the rest of the guys. Like I said, I feel lucky to coach the guys in my room. And they embrace coaching. They want to do well. I'm just excited about the group.
with the returning veterans on the offensive side, has that been a help in as far as the implementation of the new scheme?
I think anytime you have experience, it's valuable. All the players that have competed in these environments, I think you grow from those experiences. And there's some carryover in scheme, right? There's some familiarity. There's zone plays and gap plays and man plays and perimeter plays, right? And so, when you're a veteran player, you've been exposed to some of those concepts. I think the communication, the way that you talk, the familiarity with people around you, the guys that are next to you, I think that's why each and every year is a new team. And you're building that camaraderie, that chemistry amongst the group. But certainly, if you have experience in this league and have played snaps in these environments, I think that's valuable for any player at any position.
Coach Roberts is a guy that had a lot of growth last year. How do you want to see him build on that going into this year?
Said J-Rob? Is that who you said? Yeah, J-Rob. What a great kid. You just talk about a worker. Strong, extremely strong. And so I think he's just building on the foundation that he's had with the experiences that he's had. But a great kid, a joy to coach, and tough and hardworking and strong. Did I mention strong? J-Rob is strong and an awesome kid. So, we're glad he's on our side.
All right, Coach.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Nick.
Guys, we'll break off. The wide receivers are here. The tight ends are over there. Tight ends coach, tight ends, receiver.
Kobe.
What's up, Kobe?
How you doing, bro? Good to see you again, man.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Mike told me to say what's up, man.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm getting up with him in the summer.
Yeah. Look, you're gonna see me around.
Doing good. Got any tickets?
So Washington last year ran a lot of trick plays, probably about one a game. Are they starting to feed y'all some of that, or is that down the road like in the fall?
Yeah, it's been a lot, so I expect to see those down the road in the fall. So usually plays like that happen like twice a year, so.
You working on any already?
I'd ask Coach Sheridan. I don't want to, give out the sauce. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Kobe, I know you always prided yourself being a route technician. Out of that room, who's kind of matching your ability? You've been highly regarded as the route man. Who you see out of young guys that's matching that same ability with you?
Out of young guys, we got some good young guys. I mean, we got Bubba Hampton.
Yeah.
He's a route runner, and he's gonna be real good. Bubba, Caleb Odom got some smooth routes. He's a bigger guy, so most bigger guys don't move like Caleb Odom does. He can move. So, say those two guys, those are the only two guys young guys we got in right now. So, but they move around really well.
Is it safe to say that Jeremy Bernard and Kendrick Lau are similar type wide receivers, or how do they differ if they do?
I wouldn't say similar. They're both bigger guys, but they kind of move a little different. Kendrick Lau, I mean, you wouldn't expect a guy like at that size to move as fast as he does. And as far as Jeremy Bernard, he's a smooth route runner, just very smooth, real swift with everything he does. So, but they're both physical from a physical aspect, so I'll give them that. Yeah.
Kobe, we saw Jalen Hale kind of do some things last year as a freshman, but where has he taken his biggest jump coming to this spring and this upcoming season?
Jalen Hale, he's matured a lot more. He's more dialed in. He's prepared to take on a bigger role this year. Jalen Hale, very fast. He got sneaky speed, so you got to watch out for that. He's a swift guy, can get in and out of his breaks real smoothly. So I think he'll be great for us.
Obviously, Jeremy Bernard is the Washington transfer. How is he sort of helped implement that?
Domination, we got Coach Shep up next.
Preparation meets opportunity, and that's what we had here. These guys will have some opportunities to have that type of success.
Are you starting to see guys separate themselves in that competition, I guess?
Certainly, we got guys who are coming out every day and performing at a high level. Some of these guys are really showcasing that they got some true ability out there, but I see flashes from each and every one of them. So it's hard to really say that anybody's separated themselves. I think we got a group of receivers who are all growing together. Again, with limited reps and opportunities to actually be out there in prior years, there's going to be a huge jump in terms of just their opportunity to have that type of success that we want from them. So I really appreciate just how they're working every single day.
Did you have to fight a little bit with Coach Ellis to get Caleb over on your side of the line?
You know, I typically don't want to lose a fight too often, so, I'm not going to say yay or nay to that. But certainly that young man, I really appreciate his attitude and demeanor. He's a physical young man, and I love seeing that from him. We talked a lot about his mom and his little brother in our meeting, and, just helping him to remember the why behind why he's out here playing the game. So just want to tell his mom, thank you for letting us have him. Thank you for letting me have him. He's been a blessing. Truly appreciate having Caleb Odom in the room.
Coach Shep, with the type of wide receivers that's available here at the University of Alabama and transitioning, knowing the type that you like, would you say this was the ideal group, and could you expound on that a little bit more?
You know what? I think whoever I get in the room, I'm going to coach them and make them better, and that's the bottom line. I'm not so concerned about I got to have this specific guy or that specific guy. My job is to come into the room, and whoever we got, that's who we need to go ahead and coach up. And obviously through recruitment, you start recruiting certain guys based on, hey, what do we have in the room and what do we need? So we got a lot of different skill sets in the room right now. We got a lot of different guys who have the capability to make people miss, run, block people, play physical, change direction, drop their weight at the top of routes, block on the perimeter, carry the ball in a way that is going to allow us to have success. So these guys all carry some really significantly really great skill sets, and it's our job as coaches to try to find a way to put them in position to utilize those skill sets.
What type of having Jeremy to kind of translate for?
There's no
what's
question.
his development been like?
There's no question that helps with Jeremy. He does a great job helping the guys learn and understand what my expectations are in the room, but also understand the playbook. Right now, Jeremy is one of those guys who also is trying to learn his role with the team, become a leader within the group. I think he somewhat is a leader because of the requirement and that he knows the playbook. But leadership is about influence, and he's trying to influence these guys to do the right things, not only on the field but off the field.
Speaking of just different skill sets, what sets E-Man, Emmanuel Henderson, apart in that room?
That boy can run, okay? E-Man can run. There's no doubt about it. I think that in the time that I've been here, his ability to drop his weight and get in and out of his breaks has improved immensely. His football knowledge, FBI, all right, he really truly has becoming more and more of a guy that can be counted on to know and understand the why behind what we're doing on the football field. So been really impressed with him so far. There was a lot of rhetoric about what kind of player he was because of, former guys who were here. And to this point, he's been everything I've wanted him to be.
You guys have really, it seems like you put some effort into getting the word out about trophies.
All right, we're going over for more player interviews. Stand by. Coach is getting work on the track.
That mentality that we have been looking for, let's say, the past
Jaden Roberts.
What is that mentality?
Man, it's just being the beast, man. You know what I mean? Overall, it's just about getting the job done and killing who's across from you. Just kind of going into the season, Just kind of in the off season too, we're really focusing on mentality and where our jobs are. Mentality is gonna play a huge thing. Go and get some good D lines, and you just gotta beat the person in front of you. So yes, sir.
How much does it mean you come back with Tyler Booker? You come back with Brockemeyer. You come back with now Parker Brailsford. How much continuity is there right now with the offensive line?
There's a lot, man. We got guys with experience and guys without experience. I think the guys with experience, like me, Book, Parker, and Brock, we're just trying to do our best to teach the younger guys, like, hey, this is a standard, and this is our job. Like, you know what I mean? We're trying to get this done, and we're trying to do it to the best of our ability. But just overall, like, it's really good for the room because it's different. You got guys that know what they're doing and don't know what they're doing, but we're working hard either way.
And Coach Kapilovic, how is his intensity and overall, how has it been with him thus far?
It's amazing. For our O-line coach, we need a coach like that. Very intense, very detailed and ready to go every day. Just getting the small details in order and ready to do our job as an O-line.
All right, thank you, Jaden.
Well,
Thanks for the time.
Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all. Hey, what's going on, man?
Not much, man.
Doing good.
Mom been getting on me. She been getting on me. Like, you better get a picture of my baby.
Hey, I appreciate you.
No problem, man. Hey, you want to look up?
Smoke doing his thing, see?
I love you, man.
Appreciate you, man. Yep.
Wait, man. Don't do that, because people already be mad, man. They think I just be mad. What's going on? How you feeling?
All right, so we got our. Are we gonna do our post game wrap?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Post game.
I'm pulling.
Yeah. Okay.
You want me to get the camera?
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Hold on 1 second.
We both got mics and everything already.
There'll be no viewing or anything for that, and because the podium afterwards, that'll be
I'm gonna go ahead and set up outside.
All
I
right,
don't want to
here
get
we
us
go.
in trouble. Hey.
Hey, what's up? Good to see you. Yeah. All right, here we go.
He was a good man to me every single time, man. Reynolds was awesome.
I'm Kirk McNair.
Kirk.
I work for Bama 247.
Yes, sir.
Excuse me. I don't want to go in front of you.
No.
Good to see you again,
Thank
Coach.
you very much. It's good to
See you, Coach.
too.
Take it easy, man.
Take it easy.
All right, this is Kirk McNair.
Yeah, that's the OG Kirk.
That's the OG.
Like,
That's
for real, he been covering Bama football
100%.
for 60 years, if not more. At least 60, right?
Probably. You know what? He used to be the SID here.
Yeah. Wasn't it for like, what you call it, the boss? Was it the boss?
I don't know.
I can't remember, man. He used to be the OG. Still
Oh,
is the OG.
what's up?
Y'all know what time it is, man. Bama football on YouTube. Listen, we got 269 in the chat. We about to go out to the parking lot. Y'all know what we're about to do.
Oh, you know what? I know these guys. So when I learned, the North Star paramedics, this is who taught me how to do CPR.
Yeah.
And obviously I had to do it recently, but this is who taught me. Edgar Calloway. So Edgar Calloway, I don't know if he's here today, but some of their reps are, but that's who taught me how to do CPR. Learn CPR, chest compressions.
What y'all laughing at Coach Smook for? I ain't do nothing. I've been acting good, y'all. I've been being real good.
Oh, can you show them real quick those tulips?
These tulips, we came by here the
We
other
take
day.
pictures of them. Look
This
at these.
is crazy.
We're gonna go do a post game wrap too here in a second.
Yeah.
But look at these.
These tulips are crazy, y'all.
So
Like, they look fake.
what's amazing is so these tulips right here. Can you see them? They're so beautiful. But see, I fell in love with tulips when I used to live in Pella, Iowa, because in Pella, Iowa, they have an annual tulip festival. So I gained a real appreciation for the tulips. So we're outside of Coleman Coliseum. We're gonna walk towards the truck for a post game or a post practice wrap. So stay with us.
Yeah. Y'all see them tulips? They don't even look real, do it, chat. Undefeated.
They're so beautiful.
Y'all see Kyle. They said Kyle looking fresh.
We're good. Yeah, we're good, right? You don't need to go in there. Yeah, we're good.
All my stuff in the trunk.
Stuff in the trunk.
Yeah, had to pop the trunk on these.
That was good.
It was.
Yeah.
We starting to get in our rhythm now too. I don't know. Can y'all hear both of us good? Whoa, he had to put the shades on. Can y'all hear us good though?
Can you hear us good? Am I clear to you?
Coach Smook, Coach Smook and Kyle and Coach Smook.
Picture
Troll
us
alert.
rolling.
Where the trolls at?
Where
We
the-
got troll. We got wretches in the
No
chat.
way. There's a troll?
No
What's
way.
up?
Hey,
No
welcome.
way. That's cool.
Stick around later for my segment. I got plenty of room for trolls tonight. We got a little fun troll game. We're going troll fishing.
Tonight we're doing hooligans in my crib. Doing the chicken kebab.
Ooh.
Man, so yeah, it's the most beautiful weather right now. But this morning, right, Smook? Smook texted me at 4.
Yeah, and let me tell y'all the story. Can I tell my story?
Yeah.
So I text Kyle at 4, right? And I hadn't been to sleep until like 2:30. I had woke up again at 4. And I was like, well, they're going to be doing workouts. It's raining. This would be the perfect morning for me to test my intestinal fortitude and my will to get to it. And he took like 4 minutes too long to text me. Like literally, I think it was like maybe 10 minutes after I texted him, and I was knocked out. So that was an epic fail, but I plan on getting to it one day before this week out.
See, but the thing is like it like today, look, I get it. You'll make the workout at some point, but today was like, it was so rainy that my hood was soaking of water from the sit-ups that we were doing. It was like I went swimming. My socks were soaked.
Why can't I see this guy that they say is
Who?
Who is this C's guy? Where he at? I don't see him, y'all. Where he at? C's. Have fun with that. Oh. Dang, he must be an old Washington fan or something. He's look like he hurt. Why is he a POS?
Why is he mad?
Why are you mad at him? Let us help you. Why are you so angry, buddy? Listen, we just getting set up. Y'all know we like to take our little walk. It's very unorthodox what we do here, but we try to give you authenticity.
So look, so this is my
Showing
truck. I
Kyle's,
need to get
license plate. You know, y'all got some weird people. Like,
see, I carry these benches. Oh, so let's see the sun.
Yeah, we probably need to go this way today. Let me see. Oh yeah, come a little bit closer though. I'm gonna drop this down a lot. Because if I leave it up there, then I'm gonna look way taller than you. That sun gonna be in your eyes?
Oh, I got the shades on.
Good. Roll Tide! That's how you get it. Oh man, y'all love this camp. It's a beautiful day now too. It was.
Man,
they said it was gonna be ugly earlier, but
these shoes hurt my feet, dude. And it's just the tops of my feet.
Are we audio? Okay.
How are we good on the audio? Are we good? What about, can you see us okay? Because it looks kind of crooked here.
It's actually
yeah, right.
helping us straighten up like that.
Yeah. Hey, well, where's that other tripod? Oh, we didn't get it.
Did you put it up?
I guess we.
Grab it?
You
left the tripod up there?
I guess so.
With the other mics? No, because you took the mics off.
We
good.
How are we gonna get? How are we gonna get that tripod?
You just walked out there without that.
Well, so where was it?
Where you left it with Jaden? Had to.
So
you got your phone.
So I just bounced.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thug life.
I'm not gonna.
Because you remember we took it off to talk to Coach Shep. That's what happened.
But I'm not gonna stress about stuff like that.
Yeah. All right.
I'm just not gonna stress.
How y'all feeling today, man?
Amazing. Coach Smook, Kyle Henderson, Bama Football on YouTube. Just had an opportunity to hear from Nick Sheridan, who's the offensive coordinator, Jamarcus Shepard, who's the co-offensive coordinator, wide receivers coach, passing game coordinator. We had an opportunity to speak to Kobe Sticky Hands Prentice, Jaden the Hulk Roberts. We almost had an opportunity to speak to Robbie, but he left.
Yeah, they cut us short. Like they I don't think we spent that much time, but it is.
No, yeah, it was shorter.
Yeah, it felt like it was real short.
Okay. Takeaways from Coach Sheridan. I saw in the previous press conference that we had with him, somebody was talking about that he's much more articulate than Tommy Rees. Whatever the case is, I like, he seems like a straight shooter. I was able to ask him about Caleb Odom. He has some really good things to say. What were your takeaways? If you caught my question about Caleb Odom, he said, he's out there, he's younger, but, he is an impactful guy.
Yeah, and that's good to hear from your offensive coordinator, somebody who's learning how to call plays himself. I think with Kalen DeBoer assuming the position and assuming the play calling early on with the install and things, it gives him that space to kind of just evaluate what he has available. And if you think about it, that's what Tommy Rees, to me, was his downfall. He didn't know what he had available coming to Bama. He had an idea of what type of talent, but coming from Notre Dame and then getting exposed to talent at Alabama, that's two totally different spectrums. So I think Nick Sheridan is enjoying that space to learn guys on a personal level, what they offer as far as their strengths and their weaknesses, and learning what spots to tinker with and then what spots to kind of experiment with. And I think it's panning out good because it seems like everybody's starting to grasp. And you heard him, highs and lows, those days where the offense is clicking, and when it's time to install, they have phases where they're kind of not getting it, but they pick it up quick. So it's a good mixture of both, what you expect from a talented team.
It's exciting right now for, I'm sure, Nick Sheridan. And Alabama football fans, I'm sure, are curious about him just because, think about it, he was the tight ends coach. Now, of course, he has some offensive coordinator experience, but it's a big leap from the Pac-12, now disabled, to SEC country where you're the offensive coordinator and the responsibilities that come with that. With that said, it seems like he's very professional, and you had an opportunity to ask him kind of about the schematics and how the players are coming to learning this new offensive philosophy. Talk about, and I'm sure you guys heard Coach Mook's question. Give him a sample of what you spoke to Coach Sheridan about today.
Yeah, and I love how Coach Sheridan answers questions. I mean, straight direct to the point. He gives you a full spectrum within like a 45-second to a minute clip. So I asked him about the veterans returning to the offensive side of the ball and how much that meant, and was it affecting as far as their retaining of the knowledge and with the new schematics. And he basically broke down and said what a lot of the panelists said on our show. Football is football to a certain extent. It's verbiage, things of that nature that kind of change up. But as far as being able to get out there and execute what you're being told the coach to do, this group is excelling at doing that, whether you're seeing guys make mistakes. They're making mistakes going 100%, and they're confident in what they're doing. And if it's the wrong thing, correction is easy to be made. So in so many words, that's what I got out of it. I feel like he has a good grasp of what he's being coached or being told to coach to do. You get what I'm saying? And what his lane is. And I think once everything falls in place, prepping during fall and all of that, this is going to be a well-oiled machine early on. We probably won't see any resistance or anything serious resistance until the Tennessee game if this keeps this pace and this confidence levels continues to grow.
Coach Sheridan was also asked today about the competition at the center position. Now, earlier today, Nick Sheridan was on Greg McElroy's radio show, and he was asked about the center position between Parker Brailsford and James Brockemeyer. And I think when Parker Brailsford just came in, I think a lot of people just slotted him in as a starter. With that said, he likes what he sees from James Brockemeyer. Says he has a lot of fight in him and he understands the playbook, and that's a position battle right now. Your thoughts on what's taking place at center? I personally love it.
Me too. I like the fact that there's competition everywhere right now. Even at the quarterback room, you hear him brag about the backup quarterbacks, well, we assume to be the backup quarterbacks behind Milroe, competing to get him better. But that center position is definitely key. We know that last season that was probably the weakest point of our offensive line. Even with a young freshman left tackle, the center position struggled consistently throughout the year. So understanding and knowing that they're confident in two guys and those guys are competing and pushing each other, Parker being familiar with the system and James, being familiar with the system before coming to Bama, but now with the new staff, picking up things, retaining, and being giving 110% effort every day and competing. That's something that you always want to hear. You never know. You're one injury away, one play away from being the next guy up, and you don't want there to be a drop-off. And those guys reassuring that type of competition and skill set being put out on the field is awesome.
Now, we also had an opportunity to hear from Kobe Prentice and Jamarcus Shepard. Jamarcus Shepard plays a very big role here at the University of Alabama. He's more than the wide receivers coach, probably more than the co-offensive coordinator. He's kind of like, he has so much energy, it kind of like almost spills over into your soul. It's pretty amazing to see. And Kobe Prentice is now a vet. He's an in-state guy. I like to call him Kobe Sticky Hands Prentice, just because last year he did such a great job. Same thing the year before. He comes back as one of the veterans. We were able to talk to Kobe Prentice and Jamarcus Shepard kind of about the wide receiver rooms. Takeaways there, I asked Kobe Prentice about the difference between Kendrick Law and Jeremy Bernard, because I think when Bernard got here, a lot of people said that they were kind of the same. He said that Jeremy Bernard, although he is a bigger wide receiver, he's smooth. And a guy like Kendrick Law, he's big, he's physical, and you wouldn't believe how fast he is. Now, what were your takeaways with Jamarcus Shepard? Because we did I think we did speak to him about Caleb Odom as well, and he actually thanked his mom for allowing him to be here.
Jamarcus Shepard is a character, man. I mean, he's intense, but that he has that side of him where you could tell, you can see why he's a player's coach.
Yes.
I mean, just listen to him, talking to him the few times we had interactions. As a wide receiver, I would have loved to play for a coach like Jamarcus Shepard. It's like he's big brother, but at the same time, he's dad also. You get what I'm saying? And the level of expectation, it doesn't change for anybody across the board. And so, speaking highly of Caleb Odom, but not just Caleb Odom, you got to think he has and I asked him about the amount of talent that he has, and is this an ideal group for him to kind of work with? And he said he doesn't matter who he brings into his wide receiver room. He feel like he can coach them up. And that's the type of confidence you want in a wide receiver coach. A coach that's going to be dealing, and we all know as football players, DBs, wide receivers, probably the biggest egos on the team, right? So you usually want a coach that can handle egos, and he seems like he can uplift or he can humble. You get what I'm saying? But not only from a emotional or a demeanor standpoint, but from the schematics. This is a coach that is proven in the play calling system, in the passing game, setting up the pass game scheme. So I think he's more than excited to be working with the amount of talent that he has. Of course, he's not going to show his hand during interviews, but you could listen to the talk, man. It's just like, this is a coach with no worries when it comes to his wide receivers.
The last thing that we'll hit on before we break out, and this is a post-practice report after the interviews right here on campus, on site here in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Coach Smook, Kyle Henderson, Bama Football on YouTube. We had a chance to speak with Jaden the Hulk Roberts. And when I say that, you walk up to him and you have to adjust your camera to somebody who is larger than life.
I got pictures from person. Like I got pictures on my phone, and like I had to do the wide zoom, because I'm 6'3", y'all, and it's not how much taller he is than me. It's just like I disappear like standing next to him. And y'all kind of saw the interaction between us. I think Kyle got a little bit of it. But I mean, that young man, and he's like a big baby. You know what I'm saying? Like just his demeanor, he doesn't seem mean. He's just like a big baby, and I think that's what gets everybody. Like, you got a huge human being like that, and he's a mama's boy, you know, good down home country kid, but that mentality on the field, it shows. It shows, and that's kind of what you want out of y'all. Bunch of smart guys who can keep their emotions in check, big old nasty dudes that know how to impose their will.
And I asked him about the continuity coming back within the offensive line, because now, let's just say Caden Proctor works his way back to be a starter. He's going to have to, gain a lot of ground. But let's just say that happens. He started every game last year. Then you have Tyler Booker. Let's say he stays at left guard. He started every game last year. You have the center. If it's Parker Brailsford, he started every game at Washington. If it's James Brockemeyer and he has a breakthrough, so be it. Then you have Jaden Roberts, who almost started every game last year. I'm not even sure why he didn't start from the beginning of the season. And then on the right tackle, you just have to figure out what is going to happen. And there's going to be a position battle there. Nick Sheridan talked about that as well. But when you start to look collectively at the offensive line, if you're an Alabama football fan, you start to feel really good. And Jaden Roberts is a pivotal role. We almost had a chance to speak with Robbie Oots, but we ran out of time. The dude is big. I mean, 260 pounds. He's an H-back. Love everything about the kid out of Rock Hill, South Carolina. So, Coach Smook, any closing thoughts while we wrap this up?
Just to allude to that offensive tackle competition, this is not a competition that's happening because there's a lack. There's so much talent in the tackle room. Like, we got a lot of offensive linemen, but the tackles that we have available, knowing that Miles McVay and Wilkin Formby are the guys that are coming as, they're not splitting these guys up. They're trying to see which one of these guys is going to man the right tackle position. That just gives me confidence that left tackle is looking good with their competition also. And then, like you said, with Caden Proctor coming back, everybody knows my take on Caden Proctor. It's never been about the skill. It's never been about the ability to get to the point where he can be serviceable for this new scheme and this. It's about him making up that ground, because there will be ground to make up. There will be a learning curve. If all 14 or 15 offensive linemen on this roster currently are going through a learning curve, even Parker Brailsford, one who's familiar with the system, that just came from the system, if he's having to go through a learning curve, What makes you think Caden Proctor isn't going to
Sure,
have to? And
sure.
not saying he can't. I
Sure.
believe he will.
Mhm.
It'll take some time, maybe 4 or 5 games into the season before where he's needed, if he's needed. But this offensive line group is just full of talent. And I think Nick Sheridan, Coach Cap, Coach Kalen DeBoer, this whole staff, even the quarterbacks. Jalen Milroe alluded to how confident he is with the depth at the offensive line position. So I'm excited to see this group continue to develop. And whatever it turns into with the start of 5, I think we're going to be set.
He's Coach Smook. I'm Kyle Henderson, both of Bama Football on YouTube. We're live streaming again right now with the coaches, and then Coach Smook has his segment tonight at 8 p.m. So join in to that. Please run the thumbs up on all of these videos. We really appreciate you being here. And think about becoming a fan funder. If you like this type of content, we are supported by viewers like you. So super chats, becoming a fan funder, hitting the join button for as low as $2.99 to honestly support the product. We appreciate you guys. If you subscribe to the channel, 105,000 subscribers, and thumbs up, honestly, it goes a long way. So thank you very much. One more time from beautiful Tuscaloosa, Alabama, right here on campus, not in New York City, not in Chicago, talking about the team, not in Nashville, like right here in Tuscaloosa, about to go to Hooligans, which is just down the road, actually across this bridge right here.
Right across the bridge. I'm slick thinking about it now. I'm like,
they got the chicken kebab plate. So
it's 7. Do I have enough time to eat Hooligans and make it for my segment?
Probably.
I'm gonna try. I don't know. We might. Chad, should I try Hooligans before I get? Look.
So yeah, because I get the chicken kebab plate.
Yeah.
It's money, and they do a great job.
Yeah.
So we appreciate you guys. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this content, and we'll catch you soon right here on Bama Football on YouTube.
Yes, roll tide. Let's go, man.